طوبى للباب يهوى حق الرقيا تبني صرحنا.
Psalm 120 is a short lament. One man in distress, surrounded by people who slander him and want war, while he calls on God and asks only for peace. Psalm 121 follows immediately and answers that distress with a promise of protection. Read them together and ask a simple question. Who does this describe? Start with the figure in Psalm 120. He's a single person, not a nation. He's in distress. He calls on God, and God answers. He's surrounded by lying lips and a deceitful tongue. He says, "Woe is me, that I dwell among the tents of Kedar, in among people who hate peace." And he ends with the line that defines him. "I am for peace, but when I speak, they are for war." The key word here is Kedar. Kedar was a son of Ishmael, and across the Hebrew Bible, his name stands for the Arab tribes of the desert. The Kedarites were among the most prominent of Ishmael's descendants, the line that runs down through the Adnanite tribes, and ultimately to Quraysh. So the speaker locates himself among the Arabs, specifically the lineage that produced the tribe of Muhammad. And that lineage isn't a Muslim invention. Even Maimonides, a medieval Jewish authority, openly hostile to Islam, who called Muhammad a madman and a fool, grants it. Commenting on this exact verse, he says the figure is descended from the children of Kedar, as they themselves readily acknowledge. Think about that. A hostile witness, conceding the connection, counts for more than a friendly one asserting it. Now Maimonides himself read the lament as the suffering of the Jewish nation under Arab rule, but that reading strains the text. The psalm describes one individual. It gives him a personal promise, rescue, and victory over his enemies, and a whole nation isn't one man. The Jews under Muslim rule were never granted victory over Quraysh. Muslim rule only expanded. So the lament fits a single divinely aided man, living among the Arabs of Kedar. That man preached the oneness of God to the tribes of Arabia. He was called a liar by Quraysh. He asked them for nothing, except that kinship not curdle into hostility. Say, "I ask of you no reward for it, except affection among relatives." That is the posture of a man who is for peace among people set on war. And when they finally moved to kill him, God delivered him, and the promised judgment on his enemies was met at Badr. Then Psalm 121 turns to protection. He will not let your foot slip, your keeper will not slumber. The sun shall not strike you by day, nor the moon by night. And it closes, God will watch over your going out and your coming in, from this time forth, and forevermore. That last line has a parallel worth hearing. In Mecca, God teaches his messenger a prayer. "My Lord, cause me to enter a truthful entrance, and exit a truthful exit, and grant me a supporting authority, the going out and the coming in." Leaving Mecca for Medina and returning to Mecca in victory, the stranger who was driven out comes back as the one God preserved. So the question stands, a single righteous man, dwelling among the Arabs of Kedar, slandered, seeking peace and answered with war, then delivered and brought home by God. With even Islam's critics conceding his lineage, who fits this better?